Welcome back to Show Fort's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com. As we had some technical difficulties at halftime, but we're going to go ahead and we are going to go to our Honda Ski and Outdoor halftime show as Holbrook with a little lead, and we have action going on. You can watch on our broadcast. We're going to talk a little bit about the first half. The first half was controlled very early by the Winslow Bulldogs, with the Holbrook Roadrunners with some three-point shooting, specifically by Holly Casamaro, and some very good inside play by Nohia Aberly was able to come back and took a commanding lead, although Winslow was able to get it within 2 at half, and now we have ourselves a 30-21 ball game with just under a minute and a half through, as that's going to be Rael Yazi. So, folks, this is our Honda Ski and Outdoor halftime show. We'd like to run down our sponsors real quick. Sholo Ford, Comfort Fit Dentures, Ace Hardware, Deemer's Glass. And our Deemer's Glass right now is looking like it's going to be Nohia Aberly. She's been a great job under the boards for the Roadrunners. Summit Healthcare, Honda Ski and Outdoor, Horn Auto Center, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. So, as we get started in this third quarter, as we have a little bit of bodies on the floor, but no whistle, so there was no foul. We want to make sure that you know that this is our Northland Pioneer College tip-off. When it comes time to tip off your college education, tip it off at the college with the lowest tuition in the state. That's Northland Pioneer College. That's locations in Navajo and Apache County, as Williams goes up for a nice easy bucket, but there is no such thing as an easy bucket when these two teams tangle. As that's going to be Nels driving, kicking it off, and that, I believe, is going to be Balone with a nice touch and go. Lead has been cut to 7, 5 minutes and 38 seconds here. And for a girls basketball game, folks, this one is flying by tonight, as that's going to be Yazi drives, and it's going to be stolen. Eventually, Nels is going to be given the charge to bring the ball up the court. Nels give it to her teammate, Balone. Balone inside, underhook, no good, rebounded by Aberly. As again, we're Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball, bringing you this game live from Munoz Gym on the campus of Holbrook High School, off Route 66 in Holbrook, Arizona. As we apologize for the little difficulties we've had. There's some things that are out of our control and out of our purview. We especially, though, like to thank Mel in the truck for getting things up and going, Robin on the camera, and we're doing our best to bring you a great basketball game tonight, as the lead's been cut to 7. Inbounded to Holiday. Well, it's either Holiday or James. That's going to be out of bounds, and that is going to belong to the Holbrook Roadrunners. Yazi bringing the ball up the court. Yazi crosses the time stripe, set on the top of the key. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Lots of time for the runners. Over to Williams. Williams back to Aberly. Aberly got a little bit of a tape on that. Is that maybe a hamstring or a quad? As Aberly's going to shoot 3, doesn't seem to be affecting her too much. As round it goes. Who's it out on? The official knows. And that is going to belong to the Holbrook Roadrunners. Inbounded to Williams. Williams back over to Casamaro. And guys, I'm doing my best to make sure I give justice to these names. But as I say that, Taylin, I'm going to call it Favaya with the ball. Ends up in the hands of her, off the mark. And that is a rebound. I believe that is not Nels. That is number 20, Yazi. And that cuts the lead to 5. We are halfway through this third quarter. As that's going to be a ball out of bounds. And folks, I am joined by Winslow legend Jace Hardy on the broadcast for a couple minutes this evening, as Jace has a younger sister playing, correct?
That's correct,
number 4, and that is McKenna Hardy. As we're going to get a timeout, we'll come back and visit with Jace a little bit. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Welcome back to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball, as I'm joined by Jace Hardy, Winslow legend, who probably wrestled and didn't even play basketball.
I did not.
You did not?
I wrestled, yeah, that was my sport.
And so you are an older brother of McKenna Hardy, and Jace and I got to know each other on the gridiron a few years ago, wearing the stripes and officiating, and got to know each other, and enjoy having him here to join us for a couple minutes, as that's going to be a Comfort Fit Dentures three-pointer. And I believe that's Linnea Smith, but I'm not 100% sure. Sometimes the hair makes it down the back difficult, and our courtside seats are a little difficult. You probably have to look at us on the broadcast as inbound by the Bulldogs, down 6. Looking for Balone. That's Favaya, excuse me. Up, no good, and that's going to roll off the back. That's going to hit the pole. Jace, what are your thoughts on the Winslow Bulldogs girls team this year? You probably don't get a visit with your sister too much about it, but you come to support and end up with me. What do you think?
It's been a good year for them. They're a pretty young team. They've got a lot of young talent that's been working hard. I know they've been doing two-a-days for a long time.
Well, I noticed that we covered them last week in Blue Ridge against the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, and I believe Blue Ridge came out victorious in that effort. But one of the things by Coach Barton that was noted is Nels goes in, and Nels puts the ball up, and that is going to be a great rebound by her teammate, and that's either going to be James or Holiday. Back over to Yazzie, as that's going to be Balone. We're going to get a hold, we're going to get whistle for the foul, and that's going to be on the ground. The reason I hesitated there, folks, is I wasn't sure, as we're going to get a foul on, that is going to be on, I think that's going to be on Sosi. I believe 14. I saw, 14. I thought 41. I got my numeros reversed, as Yazzie's going to be whistled for the first team foul. So as we were talking to Coach Barton last Friday, that was one of the things she noted, Jace, is that this is a very, very, very young team. They have some freshman talent, and they're going to do their best to kind of develop that talent, but do credit to the seniors, as Balone's going to go off at the three-point mark, rebounded by Aberley.
Yeah, they've got quite a few freshmen this year playing on varsity. It's been fun to watch.
Fun to watch. That's good to hear. Coming up to the top of the key, and that's going to be Yazzie. Yazzie over to Yazzie. Now Yazzie's going to back it up at the H in center court. Sends it over to the other Yazzie. Yazzie for three, no good. Rebounded. Oh no, Aberley has it stripped away by
35. That's
Balone with the rebound, and we've called Balone and Taylin Favaya's names a lot, as that's going to be a long three-pointer by Favaya. Off the mark, no good. Rebound, Aberley. Aberley giving her stance back on those rebounds as she pulls it forward. Aberley ends up back with it, top of the key. And that is going to be a Comfort Fit Dentures three-pointer by Yazzie of the Roadrunners. 36-27, 9-point lead here for the Holbrook Roadrunners. Minute 10 left here in the first quarter. 28 on the shot clock as Nels, top of the key. Nels seems to be, Jace, a do-it-all for the Bulldogs. She's inside, outside. She shot some threes. She's done a lot of rebounding, but she kind of seems to be the one that is trying to do the most to help her team, and that's probably how they have it by design.
Yeah, she had knee surgery, I don't know, a couple months ago, so they're definitely glad to get her back.
I'm sure they're glad to give her back. She seems like the heart and soul of this team right now. I mean, congratulations for her. It looks like it's that right knee, which generally it's the left knee that goes, and if she's back only after a couple months, that's a credit to her and her rehab and whatever she's doing to get back and probably play the game that she enjoys the most.
Yeah, she definitely bounced back pretty.
Roadrunners with the ball. Smith up court. Over to Yazzie. Near side to Yazzie. It's lost. Francis is going to end up with it. Francis is the senior guard, and that's going to be called a backcourt. As right here from our angle, Jace, we noticed that she went back over, dribbled that ball on one side, dribbled that back ball on the other side, and according to the NFHS rules, pretty much any rules of basketball, you are not allowed to do that.
Can't do that. No, sir.
And you know, it's not one of those that is always obvious, but it's pretty obvious right there.
Right.
So that's going to be a turnover for the Bulldogs, for the Roadrunners. Inbounded to Francisco. Francisco looking at the top of the key. Over to Yazzie. Francisco, and that is a long court pass, Yazzie to Yazzie. And it's going to be booted away, and it's going to be out on the Roadrunners. Going to belong to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs and Roadrunners, kind of a, I always like to match up the mascots and see how that looks and how much fun it is. 10 seconds left. 9 seconds. 8 seconds. Knocked away by Aberly. Aberly seems to be doing a good job, and that's going to go out. Now you're going to call that out on, is that
number
3? That's going to be Francis. Now it's going to belong as Holbrook's going to come up, and I think they're going to get themselves a long court shot as Smith held the ball a little bit too long. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Want to go fishing? Head to Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. They have fishing supplies, outdoor fishing attire, and fishing gear. Plus all kinds of bait including live worms, flies, and lures. The staff are experienced anglers and they can advise you on what you need, where to go, and what type of bait the fish are biting on. Plus, pick up your fishing, camping, and boat permits. When you think fishing, think Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. Located on Highway 260, 1 mile before the casino.
Welcome back to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com as we get set for the start of the fourth quarter and our Northland Pioneer College tip-off. When it comes time to tip off your college education, tip it off at the college with the lowest tuitions in the state. Tuition in the state. That's Northland Pioneer College with locations in Navajo and Apache County, as the alternating possession is going to belong to the Holbrook Roadrunners as they have a 9-point lead. But Jace, it almost feels like 9 points is almost a 20-point lead right now by the way things have been going. But, you know, Winslow, a 3 and a fast break and some good defense is right back in this game, but it just doesn't have that feel right now.
Right, yeah. It seems like I don't know, it's a fast-paced game, so at this point it's hard to tell who's really got control.
Well, we have some exciting action to bring you as that's going to be, and as Francisco fell down there, she gave up the ball because she knew her teammate was there, and that saved her from getting the travel call as Francis is going to have the rebound, and here come the Bulldogs looking to cut that lead in here in the fourth quarter. Bounced around, ends up in the hands of Nels. Nels looking. Can't hold that ball too long. Over to Taylin Favaya. Over to Nels. Nels' three-point shot. No good. Rebound. Rebound is going to be Balone, but Aberly was right there, but Aberly got out hustled on rebound. However, there's going to be a turnover by the Bulldogs, and that's going to be Francisco with the turnover inside to Yazzie for 2 as they go now into a double-digit lead here in the fourth quarter as Favaya is going to bring it up. Over to Nels. Nels weaving through traffic, guarded by 3. They know who the scorer, they know who the heart and soul is, as 3 Roadrunners gave her pressure, now backed off. Nels guarded by Yazzie. Over to Favaya. Favaya inside to number 22. Off the mark, rebound Roadrunners. Francisco with the rebound. Francisco going to bring up the ball. Crosses center court. Into the corner to Yazzie. Yazzie inside to Casamaro. No good, but that's going to be stolen by Nels. Nels knocked it over to Francisco, Francis. Francis back to Nels, and here come the Roadrunners. Had a chance at a one-on-one fast break, didn't get it. Nels for three-point shot, no good. Rebound, and that's going to be a push, and that's going to stay right here. And the push, that was kind of obvious to me. Jace, what'd you think? Francisco with the little push there, and
yeah,
that's called a foul.
A little bit of a foul there.
As Nels is, I'm actually surprised that the Bulldogs are going to use Nels to inbound the ball as Yazi checks in. And Yazi checks in for,
Looks like 20.
that's Francisco. And that might be a foul trouble on Francisco. Nels does not rebound as Balone, as we're going to get a 5-second violation. Don't see that too often in high school basketball. As they had 4 timeouts, I thought the coach might use one here. Down 11, still 6 minutes to go in this ball game, and wasn't able to use the timeout or didn't get to it in time, as there's a long 3-point shot by Holbrook, no good. Rebounded by Yazi. As I believe that was 23. Smith put that up. And that's off the mark. As now we get Bulldogs ball. As Winslow brings it up the court, Holbrook's going to back off to give the pressure at half court. Inbounded and brought up the court, inbounded by Balone, over to Favaya, Taylin Favaya. As number 22 for the Bulldogs wanted that inside, as here comes Nels. Nels has it stripped away. No, we're going to get a foul on the court. That's going to be Holbrook's second team foul. The foul's going to go against Yazi, and that's going to be her third. I don't think Coach Perkins too worried about fouls at this point. With a little bit of a lead, there's the rebound by Balone. Balone up and in for 2 points, cutting into this lead back to single digits. Single digit lead for the Roadrunners, 9 with 5:18 left here. Inside to Aberly. Aberly over on the far side, and that's going to hit out of bounds. And they're going to say that went off the, what'd you call that, Jason? Did you call that the back support of the basket? And originally I thought they'd called it the other way. Maybe there was a tip or something that caused that, but referee Quinn Ashton says, no, that went out 100%. She hit the back, so that's going to belong to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs, again, looking to cut in to this Roadrunner lead.
Turn up the FX. There you go.
As this is Balone inside, and Balone puts up another 2. And Jace, I said that lead felt pretty good, but I'm not sure about that right now. I'm not sure how is this a good lead? Aberly inside, she's going to be fouled. That's going to be 2 shots. That foul is going to go against Jocelyn Nels.
Yeah, the Bulldogs are playing way better than they did yesterday. I'll tell you that.
Who did they have yesterday, Jace?
They played Monument Valley yesterday, and they, it was a rough game for them.
We're going to talk about that when we come back. We're going to take a minute. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right, not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Welcome back to Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball as Nohia Aberly misses her first free throw, up 7 with 4 minutes and 36 seconds left in a very tight ball game. I talked a little bit earlier with my compadre here, Jace Hardy, about how it felt like bigger of a lead, but it feels like Winslow's chipped back a little bit, but it's still an 8-point deficit with almost halfway through the 4th quarter gone. As Taylin Favaya is going to pass it over. Holiday's going to, actually I'm not sure if it's Holiday or James is going to end up with it. That's going to be a turnover, going to end up with Yazi. Long court pass, and that's going to be thrown away. And as we have turnover by the Bulldogs, within about a 3-second span, we had turnover on the Roadrunners. Ball's going to belong to the Bulldogs. Again, a chance to tie up this lead a little bit here in the fourth quarter at Munoz Gym in Holbrook, Arizona. Nels inside 2, and that's going to be a foul, and I think we're going to get a blocking foul on Holbrook. As checking to make sure everyone's okay before I believe Rael Yazi's going to be whistled with that. That's going to be Holbrook's third team foul, and that could be something to look at as we go through, as Holbrook doesn't want to give away any of those freebie fouls. That is only Yazi's first foul of the half, and this is going to be Taylin Favaya to shoot 2. First one is good, 39-32, 7-point lead, just under halfway through the fourth quarter being played here at Holbrook High School. I'm Aaron Hewish. I'm joined by Jace Hart. This is Show Laporte's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com as Taylin Favaya. Huhi Favaya. I'm sure there's a better way to pronounce it, but with some of these names, I got to give it a chance to hear it. Yazi over. Aberle with the rebound. Aberle up, and that is good. That is good for Aberle, and that gives Holbrook a little bit of breathing room. 3.5 left to play here. As we see on the replay, great job by her. Balone with the ball. Balone loses it. And that's just plain up stripped away by, I believe that was Favaya, stripped away. And Winslow's going to take a timeout. This is Show Laporte's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Winning takes focus, preparation, and support. Keep focus on your dream career while saving thousands in tuition costs at Northland Pioneer College. We're here to support your goals and see you succeed. Visit npc.edu to see our programs. An academic advisor will get you on the right path to achieve your educational.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable. Always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
As we come back to Show Laporte's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com, and number 22, it's either Holiday or James for the Bulldogs, came up limping after that little exchange right there, doing her best Daniel LaRusso at the tournament impression, as hopefully our Summit Healthcare injury report doesn't include her next time we cover the Bulldogs, but she's back in action and she's doing well. A little like Miyagi magic going on with her this evening.
Must have been a dead leg or something.
Must have been. As number 5 for the Bulldogs, David comes in, does a little bit of damage, but ends up with no points. As that's going to go to Williams. Williams for the Roadrunners is going to slide just a little bit to her left, and that's not legal in the game of high school basketball, and she's going to be whistled for the travel. As Taylin Favaya is going to bring up the ball, ends up to Nels. Nels left side. Nels has it knocked away, but we're going to get a foul. And that is going to be Holbrook's 4th team foul. It's going to be the second on Yazi. And that's going to be huge because the next time they shoot, up 8 points. And again, this Jace still had a feeling that 8 points was a commanding lead, but as soon as it cut 7, your nice comments were it's a game now. But now they get back to 8, it just feels like the game just opened more wider open.
Right, yeah, it's been definitely back and forth. Both teams are playing really good.
Ball out. That's going to belong to the Holbrook Roadrunners, the home team. Holbrook in their red, white, and blue white uniforms. Red letters trimmed in the blue. Winslow in their traditional maroon and gold and white uniforms. Bulldogs, Roadrunners, Munoz Gym, Holbrook, Arizona. 2 legendary Route 66 cities. As we're going to get a 30-second timeout, this is Show Laporte's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
We're back.
Welcome back to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com. We have Sholo Ford, Ace Hardware, Comfort Fit Dentures sponsoring our three-point shot. Deemer's Glass with our glass man of the game, and Nohea Aberley is definitely in the running for that. Summit Healthcare with our injury report, and luckily that's only pregame. Everybody seems to look healthy. Honda Ski and Outdoor, and we're going to bring you the Honda Ski and Outdoor postgame show here in a little bit, as that's going to be knocked away, and that is going to go to the Bulldogs with, again, a chance to take some points and put it on their end of that scoreboard. Northland Pioneer College Horn Auto Center with our drive of the half. As Horn Auto Center, you know, Jace, we have our drive of the half, or our drive of the game in our postgame show. As up and good for Favaya. No, that was Boulogne. Jace, what would you say would be the drive of the half right now?
Man, it's hard to say.
It's definitely hard to say. I think that exchange right there could definitely be one of them if that would have been an and one. I believe Winslow had that and one earlier where Nels got fouled and went to the line, but nothing says we can't pick our Horn Auto Center drive of the half on the losing side of the ball.
That is true.
So we're not sure yet, but folks, stay tuned for our Honda Ski and Outdoor postgame show and our Horn Auto Center drive of the half.
Yeah,
as
can happen.
Francisco puts up one, 42-35, 7-point lead, under 2 minutes left. As referee hands the ball and steps back to the baseline. We can't really call that the goal line in basketball, but it is the baseline. Second basket is good. As that's going to be knocked out by Aberley, and Aberley doing a great job to be our player of the game. I'd like to say Nels is in the running for our player of the game, but I think we're going to have to go with our glass man is going to be Aberley. There's a fall to the floor, and that's going to be a jump ball. That's going to be Boulogne and two Roadrunners named, is that both Yazzie? No, that wasn't both Yazzie. That was Yazzie, and I believe that was Williams mixed up in the middle of that pile, as we're joining you courtside here from Munoz Gym at Holbrook High School. And that's going to be either Holiday or James. I apologize for not getting that. I was given two number 22s on my roster. As this is going to be stolen, and the Bulldogs possibly looking at a three, as that's going to be a three-point shot by Francis. No good. Rebound Boulogne, and that's going to be on the baseline. And no, that is going to go to the Roadrunners. Roadrunners doing a great job of just playing fundamental basketball, trying to control things. It feels a little rushed for the Bulldogs as Winslow comes out and does a full court press. Ball's in Yazzie's hands. Yazzie to Yazzie, back to Yazzie, and Rael Yazzie up, no good, and that's going to be a foul, and we're going to have a foul at the minute 16, up 6 for the Holbrook Roadrunners. That's going to be that's going to be on the Bulldogs. My mistake. That's going to be on.
I believe.
That's going to be on Boulogne, as that's going to be her first personal, but the third team foul, and that's going to put Rael Yazzie at the line to shoot a couple. First one is no good. 43-37 here at the minute 16 left here at Munoz Gym. Second basket by Yazzie is good. 7-point lead. Winslow, at what point, Jace, does Winslow try to get those desperation threes? Well, if they're going to be giving easy baskets like that, as Boulogne goes up and puts an easy two in, they're going to give him that all day long, as lots of pressure being put on by the Bulldogs. Back in the hands of Aberley. Aberley now drives, goes down, shoots. She does. I think that was coast to coast, as Coach Greg Perkins is going to call timeout. We're going to take one too. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable, always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right, not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Welcome back to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com. I'm Aaron Hewish. I'm courtside here with the last 48 seconds of this game. Going to tick off with the Roadrunners pretty much in control with a 7-point lead, as Ballone's going to hit a 2-point shot and cut that lead to 5. As Holbrook lots to play for here, as Williams is going to bring it up. Williams is trapped. She sends it up the court to, is that number 20? Number 20 is Francisco. No good. Rebound, Aberly. Aberly puts it back for 2. 7-point lead. 7-point lead with 21 seconds left, and Aberly's going to be whistled for the foul. As that's going to be the 3rd on Aberly. It's going to be their 5th team foul. So Winslow, a chance for Jocelyn Nell. No, that is Francis. Sorry, folks, I'm getting Francis and Francisco mixed up. So Francis is going to go to the line. She's going to shoot a couple. 21 seconds left. Take a bite out of the lead here a little bit. First free throw is no good. 48-41, 21 seconds left on the clock. Second free throw by Francis is no good. Rebounded by Yazzie. Yazzie back to Aberly. Aberly long court pass to Rael Yazzie. Held by Williams. Back to Aberly. Inside to Yazzie, who brings it out. Over to Williams. Inside, and this one's over, folks. Clock ticks down. 3, 2, 1. Great game. And we're going to segue right into our Honda Ski and Outdoor post-game show. And pretty much, Jace, the second half was controlled by the Holbrook Roadrunners. Winslow did their best to get back into it, but they couldn't break about that. They broke that 7-point barrier a couple times and dropped it to 5. What are your thoughts in the second half?
It was a good game, man. They definitely were Roadrunners controlled the second half for sure. And number 42, I'm not sure what her name is, but definitely a good player for.
Great segue into Nohia Aberly. Nohia Aberly is going to be named our Deemer's Glass man of the game. And not only for rebound, but her leadership out there. Looks like she's playing with a little wrap on that right hamstring quad area. Knee brace on the other knee, but did a fantastic job of getting these Holbrook Roadrunners the W tonight.
Yeah, she played a great game.
And the victory. Got to give props to, yes, the losing side. We got to give a little props to number 15 for the Winslow Bulldogs, Jocelyn Nels. And the last thing we have is our Hornado Center drive of the game. And I'm going to have to go with our Deemer's Glass last man of the game, and that's Nohia Aberly. Jace driving baseline. I'm not sure if she got the rebound. I don't think she did, but she got that ball and dribbled baseline to baseline and put it up and basically sealed the win for the Holbrook Roadrunners.
I agree. Yeah, she took it all the way down. Great move at the free throw line to make it.
As you're hearing the noise of the Holbrook Roadrunner boys taking the court, getting ready to face these Winslow Bulldogs. And so we're going to get ready for that one, folks. This is our Honda Ski and Outdoor post-game show. We'd like to run down our sponsors one more time. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball. Ace Hardware, Deemer's Glass, Comfort Fit Dentures, Summit Health, Honda Ski and Outdoor, Northland Pioneer College, Hornado Center, and Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. I'm Aaron Hewish alongside Jace Hardy. We have Mel in the truck, Robin on the camera. This has been Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
This has been Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 KNKI Pine Top and italk1067.com. Brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Deemer's Glass, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, Comfort Fit Dentures, Summit Regional Medical Center, Horn Auto Center, and Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. This broadcast has been a copyrighted production of iTalk 1067 and Country Mountain Airwaves, a Kopaniki communication station. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of iTalk 1067 or Country Mountain Airwaves is strictly prohibited. For more information on this game and other games around the region, go to iTalk1067.com.